The most quoted line in the movie Lilo and Stitch is, "Ohana means family, and family means that nobody gets left behind." If there's one thing you have learned this season, I hope it is that your badminton team is your family. There are many people in this family who would give everything to their teammates, from offering a simple hug to pushing their body's limits to a dangerous point. From the first day that you entered the large gym, you became a part of this Fremont family. You became a part of our history and our legacy. So to all my non-seniors in the room, I have one thing to ask of you. Teach like you were taught, and teach like you wish to be taught. And of course, I want you to always stay positive and communicate with one another. Because if there's anything that I've learned that these two traits are very crucial into leading or into being a girls' doubles player. To all my seniors, it has been quite an amazing journey. We have 4 amazing coaches who taught us to be the players that we are today. From Miss Bowie, we learned how to get our sexy six-pack abs. From Nat, we learned to always eat bananas, but if you eat too much, you might have trouble later. And from Mark, we learned to the game isn't over until the very last point, so don't you dare give up. And of course, from Mr. Lin, we learned to always try our best. Personally, Coach Lin has taught me that the score doesn't matter, because days, weeks, months, or even years after your game, you would not remember the score or your shots, but you remember how hard you and your partner worked and how strong and close you and your partner got. But to me, the most important lesson learned was not from our coaches, but from our family, our team. Together we learned that no matter how many adversities we have to overcome, we can overcome them together because we will always have each other's back. And for me personally, I can assure you that the people in our Fremont family care. Because if it were not for my badminton partner, Alicia Liu, Tao, Sophie Pham, and Melissa Chan, I would not be standing here as that badminton president. Actually, I think I would have quit a long time ago. These 3 lovely ladies have picked me up after every loss, after every injury, and after every single frustration. This season alone, if I didn't have my partners, I would have been frustrated with myself and angry every single day of the season. And well, I wouldn't be going to college without them. I would be in boot camp for the military right this very moment. But because of their belief in me, their kind hearts, and their everlasting love, I stand before you with a cabinet who has raised the most money in the past years. And we put on our first charity tournament, Smash for a Cause. A charity tournament that allowed Fremont, Homestead, and Palo Alto to put aside our rivalry and join forces to achieve greatness. That charity tournament taught other schools that even though we may seem scary and very competitive on court, doesn't mean that we're the same way off court. And together, the 3 schools raised $532 for the American Cancer Society. But with that, the point I'm trying to make is that whether you play singles, mixed, JV, or varsity, always believe in yourself and in the people around you. And because of that, I, for one, am eternally grateful for my Fremont family. But I would like to especially acknowledge Melissa Chan. At Varsity Leagues, Melissa showed me what it truly meant to be a girls' doubles partner or player. She showed me that having a partner is not just having somebody on court, but is also having somebody off court. During our game against Lindbergh, I slipped and injured my knee, and it was pretty bad. It swelled instantly, and a kind, amazing varsity singles player, Newport, ran out of the gym and made sure that I had a mountain of ice for my knee. During our game, Melissa didn't realize how much pain I was in, and well, neither did our coaches. But the moment I fell to the ground after walking off court, the moment that I claimed that my tears were sweat, that moment, Melissa knew I wasn't okay. And just by the amount of sweat rolling down my face, Melissa knew I was hurting physically and mentally. But as I was icing my knee and calming down, Melissa said to me, "We are partners, and it isn't completely one of our faults. Sure, there are many what-if situations, but I am proud of the way we played. I am proud of how far we have come as doubles partners. And if you want to say how it was your fault, go ahead, feel free to say it, because I will prove you wrong every single time." And for the record, she did prove me wrong every single time, and she slapped me around a little too. But after that, Melissa stayed with me for hours because she didn't want me to beat myself up. Yeah, she didn't want me to beat myself up. She wanted to make sure that I felt love every single moment. To me, this was a perfect example of the saying, "A team is only as strong as its weakest link." So remember to care and love each other, because we all have times where it feels like the weight of the world is on our shoulders. Remember that through unity, our team can and will break barriers. And like me, I'm sure there's somebody in this room who's changed your life. So please, do me this favor. Before the night ends, let the people around you know how grateful you are for their for their relationships and their bonds. And with that being said, I would like to say, Melissa, I am truly honored that I was able to have you as my best friend and my partner my senior year. Because through all of our ups and our downs, you stuck by my side. You were always there with a hug or a shoulder for me to cry on. And we both know that I cried a lot. I did. I know you may not believe me when I say this, but ever since I met you, ever since you have been my partner, you have been an extreme role model for me. And even though I know that I could never be as great as you are, I appreciate everything you have taught me, because your compassion, leadership, and heart is something very rare in this world. So thank you for putting up with me, and thank you for creating lifelong memories with me. Well, enough about the past. Sorry, it's a little allergy reaction here. Well, enough about the past. Today is the day that we celebrate all of our hard work, our determination, our dedication, and our passion. We may not have been divisional champions, but we have something better to celebrate. We are gathered here today to celebrate all of our new and old family members. We celebrate the fact that we are a team that other schools feared, and we celebrate the fact that compared to a lot of other schools, we are well respected and known for our amazing sportsmanship. And that is something that we need to acknowledge. So before Nat speaks, I have one thing left to say. Will you all please stand and join me? Wow.